We wanted to keep that natural feeling like I'm using my face to be verified, right? And COVID-19, it showed that facial recognition is actually a good option because people can do a lot of things remotely and be verified.
Hello, I'm Sue Nelson and welcome to the Create the Future podcast, brought to you by the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering, celebrating engineering visionaries and inspiring creative minds. Charlette N'Guessan is a young engineer and tech entrepreneur from the Ivory Coast, whose work is already having a big impact. She's the co-founder and CEO of the BACE Group in Ghana, and last year became the first woman to win the Royal Academy of Engineering's Africa Prize. The prize was for developing BACE API, the software for a digital verification system that uses AI and facial recognition specifically to verify the identities of Africans remotely, something that's especially useful during a pandemic and in real time too. It doesn't need special hardware and uses a phone or computer's built-in camera. But since facial recognition isn't new, I began by asking Charlette what made their product different to existing facial recognition software.
Since we are based in Africa, we target people of color, but our system can actually work with dark skin and even white skin. We don't have any bias right now. We are just targeting the African market. So in terms of what makes us different and what I was saying is the use cases, how we use our facial recognition. We have a liveness detection where we can help the clients to know that if a person behind the camera is real, is a human. And the second one is a matching faces, where we can make sure that the person who is trying to apply for online services is actually the owner of the ID document the person has product earlier. So that's basically all the process of verification using BACE API and how we differentiate ourselves.
There have been difficulties in the past, haven't there, in terms of facial recognition not working as well with darker skins?
Yes, a few years ago, it was actually a huge conversation. People were talking about that. Even when we started, we have that challenges where they be scared about like, okay, we are going to use facial recognition in the African market. Are you sure that it's going to actually fit that market? So we had a lot of questions, ask ourselves, but at the end, we are software engineer, data scientists, so we know that it's about like training your model. So we're like, okay, let's just start and see how this goes. And we focus on the local market. We train our model with the data we have. And right now we have done some testing already, some pilot phases. And so far the product works the way we're expecting. And we believe that even in the next few years, the product is going to be more performant because we're still working on that as well.
And what made you decide to develop it? Was there a gap that needed filling?
Basically, in 2017, I moved to Ghana to attend a one-year training program for tech entrepreneur, and that's where I met my co-founders. And we decided to study the local market, the African market. We talked to banks, businesses, and we noticed that they have a huge problem in terms of KYC, know your customers, and also they spend a lot of money in that process. And when we went back to talk about the solution we built, they were actually more reactive. They were like, okay, that's actually solve that issue, and can even help us to get more clients, people that are not staying in homes, they want to access to our services, they can do this remotely. In terms of the choice of facial recognition, because we know that we have different type of biometric technology, fingerprint and iris. And in Africa, fingerprint is the more used, in terms of biometric technology, it's the one people have used to. But we wanted to keep that feeling like when people go to, maybe let's say an example, a bank to open a bank account, they meet an agent, they provide the ID card, the agent will look at the face and say that, okay, that's the person, then they process. And we want to keep that natural feeling to make sure that people don't feel that, okay, they need to come and take the finger again, all iris to like different levels. So we wanted to keep that natural feeling like I'm using my face to be verified, right? And even in COVID-19, that was a time where it showed that facial recognition is actually a good option because people can do a lot of things remotely and be verified. We don't have to go to be physically there and have access to, let's say, fingerprint of maybe, yeah. In terms of cost, it was much easier to invest in facial recognition for us that fingerprint that requires a lot of devices. That's why we chose that technology, and that's why we are working on that industry.
So that's actually the pandemic has sort of helped you in a way, particularly as there is this issue with identity fraud within banks, and it sort of benefits the customer as well, as you say, not having to actually physically be there. What has the uptake been in Ghana?
In terms of clients, we are with fintech company right now. It's small businesses, but actually they have these kind of challenges in terms of KYC. So that we're working with them. We don't have a big portfolio in terms of clients, but we still have few businesses that are working with us, and basically it's more undisclosed. But yeah.
Did you always want to be an entrepreneur?
Yes, I started thinking about being a tech entrepreneur after my third year university, where I was feeling that I knew a lot about technology and I was really passionate about like the journey, the process of building products. And I was like, okay, I want to be able also to have my startup, to build product and to be part of his journey. Like, and so far it has been a great journey and it's something that my passion, my feelings. So I'm happy to be an entrepreneur and to work with local people to solve key challenges and yeah, to be part of those innovators in Africa.
Now, you studied computer science and software engineering at university while you were living in the Ivory Coast. What was the attitude like there growing up towards studying those subjects?
I guess it was challenging, but I remember that when I moved from high school to university, basically in my first year, I noticed that we are not in terms of the number of female. We had a lot of male in the class that were female. I noticed that that thing was obvious, but I was really not focused on that. I was like, maybe it's based on choices, but it was not. It's later I noticed that it's just a huge problem. I mean, a lot of women don't get that option to even have education in the basic age. And also when they're in high school, in terms of choices, in terms of going to the STEM or tech career, don't have this kind of advices. Nobody will come and advise them to choose that career. So in terms of courses, it was not really hard in my personal experience because I was part of the best. I was feeling that it's just about learning. More you learn, more you know, more you're able to be part of the best, right? It's about skills. So it's not about like it's hard for female or male. It's the same content they're providing to everyone in the classes, right? To both male and female. So just like be able to study, to learn, apply this in your daily lifestyle.
As a child, when did you first come into contact with computers, or was there a moment where you suddenly thought, this is what I want to do?
To be honest, when I was young, I didn't have a lot of information about tech, computer science, right? Or just good in math because my father is a mathematical teacher. And I was like, I like numbers, I like geometry. I was good at science, right? And after high school, I was looking for universities, right? And most of the good university was actually based outside the countries and was actually expensive. So I was like, okay, let me choose computer science. I was happy at the same time because it's something new for me. I went to do some research about that and I was like, oh, it's so cool. Like, it's still like math, it's still numbers. So it looks cool. Let me just go and explore. I was like, wow, I like it because I've got my first computer. Then I was good in what we were doing. I was able to understand things. It was much easier than what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be hard, like really challenges, but it was more like it was flowing. So I was able to have good mark and yeah. So I started do more research and see what I can do next. And yeah, I think that's when my passion started. Like I like what I'm doing. But before that, I didn't know much about technology or about STEM.
And is Ghana a good place to study and do all your business with software engineering? Has it got a very positive attitude there?
Yes, Ghana is a good place. And first of all, because it's an Anglophone country, so there's a lot of opportunities compared to Francophone countries. And second, it's close to Nigeria. Nigeria also is a big market, and Ghana is still has a good market because there is a lot of software products local people use. I like the way the market behave, the entrepreneur behave. So it's more active. I mean, every day you need to work, so I can see progress.
Is it fair to say that there is a sort of digital technology boom going on in the whole of Africa right now?
Yes, actually, there is a lot of boom. I mean, even recently we had a lot about unicorns. You see a lot of Nigerian startup move to the next stage and increase their value. That's amazing because it means that people are working and people can see us working because we have a lot of investors coming from outside that actually they show interest to what we do. And yeah, I think that we are right now in a stage where we understand things. We have local people, young people who have the skills and they want to be part of a change. So they're doing their best to find challenges and to solve the challenges or local people are facing through technology. And yeah, I'm really confident for the next step for what is going to happen in the next 5-10 years. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
And what made you apply for the Royal Academy of Engineering's Africa Prize?
The first time I heard about this, I was in Uganda for a program women engineering, and actually they're talking about how to has it's actually a good program. You can learn a lot and get access to financial support. Just check. And at the same time, I remember that the previous cohort was in Uganda for final pitch, and I got that opportunity to talk to some of them and to get their feedback, like how the program was really helpful for them, like all the support them in the process. And I had a lot of good feedback. And even when they heard about what I do, they were like, you need to apply because your product looks amazing and you can even get far. And I was okay. So I came back in Ghana, I talked to my team and decided to apply. And the process was long, but it was so good. We learned a lot during that 8 months. And in terms of visibility, we got a lot of visibility as well. So it was amazing to be part of that program. And at the end, since we have a winner, so we also get like financial support to help us to maintain our costs. And yeah, that's nice from the Royal Academy.
That 8 months of training and mentoring has really helped.
Really helpful. Because in my team, all of us as a co-founder, we have a tech background. So when we started the Africa Prize, we didn't have that focus on business, right? We were just focused on building product, tech. And when we started the program, we were able to have that structure and understand that you can actually generate revenue if your innovation, not just build for build. You can do a lot of things with that. And we secure partnership, we get a lot of visibility, we secure our first clients. It was so amazing. So we learned a lot. And right now we are so confident even to talk with potential clients about our business because we understand what we do and we can show that how advantageous the product can be for businesses. And that's actually because we are a big part of the Royal Academy Africa Prize program. It was amazing for us.
And what are you doing or have done with the prize money?
The prize money actually helped us to cover some setup costs in terms of the product development, software engineers to work with us, and it's helped us to cover some salary, even for the growth because we want to grow our business. Right now we are targeting Africa, but we need also to go to Ivory Coast to see how the market is behaving and be on ground and work with people. And that money helped us to go there. In February, we went to Ivory Coast to talk to some businesses, and it was a good market research there, and we got some outcome that can help us to work for the next step or to move for the next step for us. And we plan also to go to Nigeria. And yeah, so that's basically what the money is going to help, is trying to, how it support us now.
And what are your plans for the future then?
We plan to go deep, to keep doing some market research, to keep building products from the African market based on this kind of advanced technology, AI, and yeah. So right now we are working on our second product. It's not ready yet, so we don't talk a lot about that, but it's actually in the financial space as well. And we believe that it can really be helpful for a lot of, in terms of financial education and for this market. In things, right? And also we provide some consultant services for in terms of AI for any local businesses or that want to apply AI in their business. We can help them to do that. So yeah, in terms of BACE API, we keep improving the model, the product, and we keep pushing to get people who use that product as well.
And what would you say if you were to encourage people to do what you did and study computer science and software engineering? What would you say is a good reason to venture into that area?
I've been in that industry for some years right now, and there's a lot of opportunities. And I like the fact that technology is actually a tool you can work with in any type of industries. Agriculture, agri-tech, fintech, finance, you can use technology in different ways. So it's so amazing to have this kind of creativity, innovate in an industry. So I think that what I can say to people, just like if you want to, first of all, you need to have that passion, like I want to work in the tech industry. And if you really want that, don't just listen for stereotype, because there's a lot of stereotype basically for women. So don't focus on that. Do your own research, know what you want to do, and just go. You need to do your own research. You need to discover this industry by yourself and talk to the right people. So don't be scared to join us in the tech industry, because there's a lot of full opportunities, and you can really grow as a tech entrepreneur, even as a developer, or there's so many ways to work with tech. So just find your way.
Does Ghana hold engineers in high esteem? Do you feel appreciated?
Yes, the ecosystem is really active. We have a lot of tech events around in Ghana. There's a lot of programs related to businesses, tech. So there's a lot of conversation about that. So you feel that people know what you do, they understand what you do. When you say that you're a tech entrepreneur, they don't ask you what is that. They know what is that. And that's the feeling that they respect your part, like what you guys do, and they know that how it's important. And also a lot of corporation try to start that conversation, work with startups. They invite local entrepreneurs to come into the venture just to have conversation, to talk how they can improve their work. And that's great. It's a good way to start. So I think that the market is, let's say, like, it's what it has well in some ways. So it's okay. We manage, it's okay. We still have a challenge in the world. We still have challenges, but we still try to make some effort as well.
I mean, you're still in your 20s. You've done so much, but is there anything looking back that you think, if I could go back and do that again, I would do one thing maybe slightly different? What would it be that you'd say is a lesson learned that you can pass on as a tip to others?
To be honest, I don't know. If I remember, if I try to go back some years ago, I think that I should have made the same choice based on the option I had at that moment. Right? I have few options at that moment. I should have made that same options. But yeah, I don't have any regret for choosing tech, because something I like, and when you like something else, it's actually your daily work. You enjoy your work, so it's okay. But I think that, and right now even I keep study. It's not like I stop, because I'm still trying to apply for scholarship, even to keep study, to at some point get a PhD. I have I start kind of work with research. So I have a lot of projects. So I don't think that I have any regret from the past in terms of choices based off tech.
That's good in itself. So it sounds like not only no regrets, but there are no mistakes. You feel you're doing the job you love, and it's all gone relatively well.
But I think that one of the lessons I've learned, just like you need to make sure that you have a good team, because it's a journey, right? And there is a lot of challenges will happen at some point. So you need to have a good team that are going to support you at any moment. Just have kind of strength to keep going, because solution idea, you can change idea, right? You can change, you can improve, you can pivot, you can do a lot of stuff. But team is very important. If you don't have like a good team, you can go slowly, and it can be really like challenges, and people start to feel like nothing's moving. So I think that if I think the lesson I've learned, just like to have also a focus on the team building at like early stage, and make sure that we all feel good about what we do.
Charlette N'Guessan, thank you for joining me on the Create the Future podcast. Find out more about the Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering by following QE Prize on Twitter and Instagram, or visit qeprize.org. Thanks for listening, and join me again next time.